It's over, y'all. This Chelsea season is over. We're not winning any silverware, no hardware, no trophies, no medals. We'll be lucky if we play in the Europa Conference League or whatever. So we're definitely not making top four. We're not even playing in the Europa League.
Right. I'll tell you the saddest part about this to me is had we finished, I think just played in Europe at all. So what, top 6, maybe 7 spots? I'm devastated. We would have got PSG's rolling off of the Jordan brand. We would have got the Jordan brand contract for a 4th kid or the 3rd kid or even probably maybe.
I was watching the FA Cup final today and watched us squander a handful of chances.
That's a lie. I turned the FA Cup final on and then I turned it off at halftime to go look at a house. And I didn't turn it back on and saw the score. Okay? Same.
And
Jackson should have scored that first goal.
I can't even say I was
rounded
sad.
The keeper.
I expected us to do better.
Keeper.
Jackson had some opportunities. I think Palmer had Nani Madueke had an opportunity. But I feel like just I was thinking about, I had a friend at work, right, and they supported Manchester United. And a couple years ago,
they were down so bad.
I hit him up and I was like, yo, like, did you see the Man U game?
It was struggle season
and they said,
for like
nah,
a decade.
Gun. I stopped watching Man U. I still support them, but I've stopped watching
That's
Man
where
U.
I'm at right now with this one.
And, you know, I've never gotten to the point where, like, I've never watched this team play. This team, Chelsea play this season. But
I'm going to buy him. Listen, the truth is, there's nothing to do at 7 o'clock in the morning. 7, 8 games. That is possible. The tragedy, or excuse me, not the tragedy so long. You know, what they're doing right now, they're not really challenging. I mean, they could have went the distance in the FA Cup. If they made it into like the Conference League, Europa League, heck, Champions League, they could put a run together, 7, 8 games. That is possible. The tragedy, or excuse me, not the tragedy. The thing is, like, I would still watch because we are developing young talent. Anything worth anything on a real level until like 2025. Got a bunch of young guys, 24 and under. So like, it's still going to be fun to watch those guys play week in, week out and get better. And realistically, I don't plan on challenging for 2026. Yeah, the 2025, 2026. So yeah, that season. So for now, we're doing what we have to do to survive. And we're showing a lot of, promise. A lot of inconsistency, but there is promise and a twinkle in the eye. All right. I'm going to let y'all finish.
Today, I
don't make me mad.
The game off after Bernardo Silva scored.
If you make Europe, you won't. But if you do, I'll still watch.
I would have more joy
salvage
in
the season
my life
that way.
if I didn't watch this Chelsea team continue to, how do you say,
honestly,
underperform.
But y'all young though.
That's just
they young.
That's pretty much
they young.
Where I'm gonna leave this.
Nah, they young.
I'm gonna continue.
And I thought, like, I would have more joy in my life if I didn't watch this Chelsea team continue to, how do you say, underperform.
Today I turned the game off after Bernardo Silva scored.
You make Europe, you won't. But if you That's a lie. You already turned the game off. You saw it and you.
I'm gonna continue to support the team. I'm gonna continue to, a bunch kids are young, but. From this day, probably until the end of the season, and I'm definitely not going to go anywhere in the U.S. and watch them on their U.S. tour. They haven't earned that. But, that's how I feel. And that's just, that's pretty much where I'm going to leave this.
The away kit being the Jordan brand instead of the Nike check. But we couldn't even finish top 4.